Part 1. Great Voyage, Invincibility begins from the word spirit fruit. Author, drunk in March at Westlake. Chapter 1. Ding, the system is turned on, detects that the host is in a dying state, and automatically repairs the injury. Injury in progress, repair completed. The cold electronic sound sounded in Yang Ji's mind, and Yang Ji slowly opened his eyes. The protagonist's name will be changed soon. This is where? Am I not writing a novel? Yang Ji looked around and found that he was lying in a dilapidated cabin. The furniture in the house was in a mess, and many places were turned into a mess. At the same time, begging for mercy, crying and screaming continued to be heard outside. And bursts of arrogant and joyful laughter. Suddenly, Yang Ji's brain felt a sharp pain, and a huge amount of memories poured into his mind instantly. The past scenes were like a movie, playing quickly in Yang Ji's mind. After reading the memories, Yang Ji understands his situation. He has traveled through time, and it is through soul travel. The world he is in now is the one-piece world that is ruled by countless time travelers every year. It is January in the year 1516 of the Haiwan calendar. The new year has just begun. In his previous life, Yang Ji was a full-time writer. He also wrote several One-Piece fan novels. Although his results were not good, he still fantasized about what he would do after traveling to the One Piece world. So, Yang Ji calmed down quickly. He understood that fantasy and reality are completely different. In fantasy, the protagonists in Yang Ji's books are all powerful, punching 3 generals, kicking 4 emperors, and ruling the entire world by one person. But the reality is different. Let's just say that now, the unlucky guy Yang Ji traveled through is named Lucifer, and he is a resident of a small town in the first half of the Grand Line. Today, this small town was plundered by pirates. The original Lucifer is a pirate broke into his home and hacked him to death without saying a word. Only then did Yang Ji's spirit come through. I was really fucked up. I stayed up all night writing a novel and suddenly died and traveled through time. Who should I talk to explain this? The reason why Yang Ji traveled through time was very simple. He just stayed up late to type and update. There was no way. He was not a great writer, and his performance in the novel was too poor, so he could only use the number of words to increase his income. Unfortunately, he was too weak and died suddenly. Ah! Suddenly, a scream rang in Lucifer's ears. Lucifer was startled, got up quickly, sneaked into the corner of the house and hid, not daring to make any noise. He had just crossed over and was not completely out of danger yet. Now there is also a pirate group that is burning, killing and looting in the town. With his small body, if any pirate breaks in, he will be in trouble. System, are you there? Lucifer hurriedly shouted in his heart. Ding, the demon system is successfully bound. The cold electronic sound sounded in Lucifer's mind. Coming. Lucifer was overjoyed and asked quickly, System, what functions do you have? Do you have a gift package for newbies? The only thing that can save Lucifer now is the system's novice gift package. Only in this way can Lucifer quickly become stronger and have the power to protect himself. Ding, the newbie gift package is being distributed and the distribution is completed. Congratulations to the host for obtaining a word spirit fruit, the shortcomings have been eliminated, and a hell demon physique. The electronic sound fell, and a devil fruit appeared out of thin air in Lucifer's hand. The fruit was completely black, with strange patterns on its skin, and exuded a dark aura. Word spirit fruit. Lucifer didn't hesitate. He opened his mouth and took a bite. Now he had no time to hesitate. Every second late would be more dangerous. The product produced by the system must be a high-quality product. Lucifer is sure that this fruit must be very strong. Devil fruit entrance, the sweet juice exploded in Lucifer's mouth. The devil fruit with its shortcomings removed is not only not afraid of sea stones and sea water, but also eliminates the unpleasant taste. Not only is it not unpalatable, but it is very delicious. Soon, Lucifer he ate the whole devil fruit into his stomach. At the same time, a force poured into Lucifer's body and began to transform his body. That was the power of the devil from hell. Lucifer felt itchy and numb all over his body, and there was an energy in his body, flowing in the blood vessels. This energy came and went quickly. In less than a minute, the energy disappeared. After the transformation, Lucifer felt that his strength was greatly increased, and he could kill an elephant with one punch. Not only power, Lucifer the speed, sensitivity of the six senses, and vitality have also been comprehensively improved. The vitality of the devil's constitution is very powerful, and can even be said to be abnormal. After transforming into the devil's constitution, Lucifer has only one weak point in his body, the heart. Even if other parts of his body are damaged again seriously injured, even if his head is cut off, Lucifer will not die. As long as he uses the power of the word spirit fruit, he will be reborn soon. Coming. Suddenly, Lucifer felt that he had an extra instinct. Just like when a person is born, he can breathe and drink water. This power is like an instinct. It is the power of the fruit of word spirit. After feeling this power carefully, Lucifer was greatly shocked. This power was so strong that it could even be said to be heaven-defying. The fruit of word spirit allowed Lucifer to turn what he said into reality, and he could also summon or generate matter through sound. It was simply a matter of words. Immediately, Lucifer began to try this power. Long sword. The voice fell, and a sharp sword appeared out of thin air in Lucifer's hand. Pistol. This time, Lucifer has an extra gun in his hand, and it looks like the desert eagle in his previous life. Flame. Thunder and lightning. Flash. Ice. A variety of powers appear and disappear in the palm of Lucifer's hand, each of which is extremely powerful. In the world of One Piece, each of these powers requires a devil fruit to be realized. But now, Lucifer only needs to speak, just say a word and you can use it. At this moment, Lucifer seems to be the god who created the world. Great Voyage, Invincibility begins from the word spirit fruit. Author, Drunk in March at Westlake. Chapter 2. Strong, too strong, simply invincible. The words follow the law, and all things follow the heart. The power of the fruit of the word spirit is only 1/10,000th, and it is already extremely terrifying. Oh! There is actually another fish that slipped through the net here. Ha ha ha, kid, you hid very well, but unfortunately you met me, you are unlucky. At this time, a pirate with a machete broke in. He was disheveled and over 2 meters tall. The machete in his hand was still dripping with blood, and he had a cruel smile on his face. Go to hell, kid. The pirate held a machete and slashed at Lucifer with a ferocious expression, as if his desire to kill had been satisfied. Poof! A ball of blood shot out, and the pirate's tall body fell into a pool of blood. On his chest, he held a long sword and penetrated his heart. The pirate's eyes were not closed yet, and his eyes were full of doubts. He didn't know how he died. He was obviously the one who did it, so why was he the one who died? I never thought that a weak chicken would suddenly turn into a tiger. The unlucky one is not me, but you. Lucifer had no expression on his face and stepped over the pirate's body. The clothes on his body changed automatically, from the original rags and linen clothes to a dark black coat. The word spirit fruit can create things from the void, and can make guns and swords. Lucifer couldn't even make a piece of clothing with just one thought. Maybe it was the devil's physique that changed Lucifer's mentality. After killing people, he didn't feel any discomfort at all, but felt very excited. His blood was boiling, craving for more killing. Is this the devil from hell? The demons living in hell are cruel and murderous, and regard human life as an ant. Lucifer is such a hell demon now. However, Lucifer does not hate this feeling, on the contrary, he likes it very much. The world of One Piece is very cruel, the weak prey on the strong. Countless people die every moment. Without strength, even breathing is a sin. If Lucifer wants to live, he must not only have strong strength, but also have a rock-solid mentality. It's very suitable to become a hell demon. The killing begins. Lucifer showed a bloodthirsty sneer and walked out of the cabin alone. As far as he could see, the town had been reduced to a purgatory. Cries and screams echoed all around, and the pirates were chasing each other with a ferocious smile. Residents robbed property. Flames were burning all over the town, and thick smoke rose into the sky. Killing and death were vividly performed at this moment. Boy, do you still dare to look around? Aren't you afraid of death? Is this kid going to be scared out of his wits? Ha 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 ha, kill him. 3 pirates came from a distance, each with a sinister smile on their face, and their bodies were stained red with blood. On the ground behind them, there were several corpses lying in a mess. Lucifer looked at the 3 of them, his face expressionless. With an expression on his face, he whispered, "Flying sword." As soon as he finished speaking, 3 flying swords shot out of the void, instantly piercing the chests of the 3 pirates. These pirates are just a bunch of trash fish, with no merit at all except that they are stronger. Even the simplest and most straightforward attack method, they cannot escape. Boy, what are you doing? How dare you kill our members of the Viper Pirates? Kill him! Kill him! Lucifer's killing scene was seen by the surrounding pirates, and a group of pirates attacked Lucifer at the same time. Bang! 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 Several pirates shot at the same time, and dozens of bullets were shot at Lucifer's body at the same time. Crucial! Go back! Lucifer gave an order, and all the bullets that were fired returned to the original path, and the speed was faster. Whoosh! 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 Balls of blood spattered, and more than a dozen pirates were shot to death and fell in a pool of blood. What kind of power is this? Hey, what's wrong with you? Stand up quickly. What did he do? The remaining pirates who were alive were frightened, and their voices were trembling when they spoke. They looked at Lucifer and no longer dared to come forward. In their eyes, Lucifer did nothing at all, but the bullets they fired returned to beat their companions. Dead. Such power is simply not something they can contend with. It's a devil fruit, he's a devil fruit user. A pirate yelled tremblingly. This is the first half of the grand line. The existence of devil fruit is common knowledge, and pirates like them naturally know it. The power displayed by Lucifer is undoubtedly the power of devil fruit. Go to hell, you bunch of scum. Flying sword. Lucifer ordered coldly, and the void above his head opened, shooting out dozens of flying swords. The flying swords were extremely fast, and instantly penetrated a dozen pirates in front of them. 5 or 6 flying swords were inserted into the bodies of a few unlucky guys. He was directly chopped into pieces. Then, Lucifer began to chase the pirates in the town. Flying swords fell, and the pirates died one by one. No one could block his move, and they were all killed instantly. Lucifer like a ruthless reaper, harvesting the prey in the town. Escape. Run away. This guy is a monster and we are no match. Go find the captain, Captain Snake will definitely kill him. Yes, go find the captain, Captain Snake is also a person with abilities, he is the strongest. A group of pirates fled in a hurry towards the outskirts of the town. This time they robbed the town, and these pirates were the main force. As for the strongest pirate captain, they only had to wait outside for the soldiers to snatch the money back. That's it. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Great Voyage, Invincibility begins from the word spirit fruit. Author, drunk in March at Westlake. Chapter 3. Flying Sword. Lucifer chased him outside the town. More than a dozen flying swords fell, and more than a dozen pirates died. Boom. Suddenly, a figure fell from the sky and jumped in front of Lucifer. He waved a 3-meter-long wolf fang stick, knock away several flying swords of Lucifer. Damn you, kid, how dare you kill so many of my subordinates? Go to hell for me. The man is more than 3 meters tall, with muscles all over his body and scars all over his upper body. He is very fierce. From the way he speaks, it is obvious that he is Snake, the captain of the Viper Pirates. Flying sword. Lucifer waved his finger, and a giant flying sword shot out of the air, hitting Snake's mace and knocking it away more than 10 meters. Snake turned into a cannonball and smashed a wall into pieces. The mace in his hand was also knocked away. If he hadn't used the mace as a shield, he would have been pierced by the giant sword. It actually blocked it? Lucifer was a little surprised. After all, this was the first pirate who could block his move. Although Lucifer didn't even use 1/1000th of his strength, this pirate was already considered strong. Bang! Snake climbed out of the rubble, his arms bent and hanging weakly, obviously broken. Damn you, kid, I can't forgive you. Snake let out a roar, his eyes were like poisonous snakes, and his body began to change. His neck lengthened, his body became taller and softer, and 2 fangs grew in his mouth. In the blink of an eye, Snake turned into a snake. People. Shall I go, Orochimaru? Lucifer glanced at it and thought he saw Orochimaru. Snake is an animal-type snake fruit user. At this moment, he activated his ability and turned into a snake man. He was more than 20 meters long and had 2 pills in his mouth. Venom dripped from the fangs, dripping onto the ground and corroding it. Appeared, the captain used his ability. Snake fruit black snake form. No one can stop the captain in this state, that boy is dead. Kill him, Captain Snake. You're the best, Captain Snake. A group of pirate soldiers around them started shouting when they saw Snake using his abilities. Go to hell. Snake straightened up his huge snake body, opened his bloody mouth and bit Lucifer. Those 2 sharp fangs are Snake's biggest weapons. The snake fruit is highly poisonous, and Snake relies on this ability. He just entered the Grand Route from the North Sea. Looking at the huge snake body, Lucifer did not dodge, but just raised his hand slightly. Blade Storm. As soon as he finished speaking, the space behind Lucifer split open, and countless flying swords and long knives shot out. Each flying sword and long knife was extremely sharp and shone with cold light. Puff. 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 Balls of blood splattered. Bloom, huge snake-eyed collapsed suddenly and blood flowed all over the ground. There were dozens of long swords stuck in the giant snake's mouth, and its huge body was pierced by the long swords, turning it into a hedgehog snake. In front of Lucifer, Snake's increased size makes him a living target, and he can only be beaten in vain. He also opened his big mouth and put his biggest weakness in front of Lucifer. He was simply looking for death. Ding, the host kills Snake and gets 3,500 killing points. The system's electronic sound suddenly sounded in Lucifer's mind. Killing point? What's this? Lucifer asked doubtfully. After the host kills a powerful target character, it can obtain killing points. Use killing points to purchase related items or abilities in the system mall. So that's it? Lucifer understood, and then asked, then those people I killed before, why didn't they have killing points? The person the host killed before was too weak to be considered a target. Lucifer understood. The so-called target person must have a certain strength. Those with too low strength are not qualified to be selected by the system. Those who died in Lucifer's hands before were all soldiers of the Black Snake pirates. Of course, there was no killing point. And Black Snake is the captain and has certain strength, so he has the killing point. This makes me hunt the strong ones. The characteristics of the system are very obvious, which is to let Lucifer hunt stronger targets. Only in this way can he get a large number of killing points and go to the system mall to purchase items or abilities. Back to reality, the pirates watching the battle saw their captain acting like this, being killed so easily. Their legs were so frightened that they were weak. They shouted Snake's name, hoping that he would stand up. "Captain! Captain Snake! Captain, get up quickly, you are the man who wants to become the Pirate King. Get up and deal with this brat." Impossible, how could the captain lose? It's a pity that Snake is already dead. It's useless to let them shout until their throats are broken. The captain who loves you so much should die together. Lucifer waved his hand, and the sharp blade storm in the sky above his head fell again. Puff! 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 Balls of blood splattered, and in the blink of an eye, another 20 or 30 pirates were dead without any body parts. Ah! Spare your life. Please spare my life. I am willing to be your subordinate. The remaining pirates shouted while running away, and some even knelt down and begged for mercy. But Lucifer showed no mercy, and chose to kill them all. When this group of pirates robbed the town before, the residents also begged them like this, but they showed no mercy, but instead killed more vigorously. The louder the residents begged for mercy and the louder their cries, the more excited they became. For such scum, even if they could not get a killing point by killing them, Lucifer would not keep your hand. Killing them all and leaving no one behind is the best way. Great Voyage, Invincibility begins from the word spirit fruit. Author, Drunk in March at Westlake. Chapter 4. Bladestorm. Lucifer's cold voice sounded like a devil from hell, exploding in the ears of many pirates. As the bladestorm swept across, countless pirates died tragically under the sword. In the end, the Black Snake pirates group of 400 many people died in the hands of Lucifer. The streets inside and outside the town were filled with the corpses of pirates, with swords stuck in their corpses. They died in terrible conditions. The residents of the town escaped, and they looked at the ruins. To Lucifer, there was fear in his eyes. Although Lucifer killed all the pirates and saved them all, they did not dare to come forward and thank Lucifer. It is natural for the weak to fear the strong, not to mention Lucifer. The killing methods were too cruel. Many residents looked at Lucifer with only fear in their eyes, not gratitude. It looks like we can't stay on this island any longer. Lucifer knew this when he saw the fear of the town residents towards him. He walked out of the town and came to the coast. There was a pirate ship docked here with the flag of the Black Snake pirates hanging on it. Climb on board the Black Snake pirate ship. Lucifer found some treasure in the cabin, which was the private collection of Black Snake. The amount of money was not much, less than 20 million belly. In fact, this is normal. Pirates, the money gained from burning, killing and looting would be squandered by them very quickly. The reason why the Black Snake pirates came to this town to rob was probably because they were short of money. Lucifer didn't care much about the amount of money. After he got the word spirit fruit, he no longer lacked money. Gold is generated. After Lucifer finished speaking, a piece of gold appeared out of thin air and fell into his palm. Just like the gold extracted from the gold mine, the gold created by Lucifer using his fruit power is also real. No one can tell the difference. Unless Lucifer can remove his ability, otherwise this piece of gold will always exist. If Lucifer is willing, he can now make unlimited gold or diamonds. As long as he wants, it won't be long before Lucifer can become the richest man in the world. Even if he is awakened Tazero, the Golden Emperor with the golden fruit, will soon be surpassed by Lucifer in terms of financial strength alone. Money is just a symbol. Lucifer smiled faintly and drove the pirate ship away from the coast. From this moment on, Lucifer officially went to sea. After gaining power, Lucifer originally wanted to go to sea, and the attitude of the town residents towards him was only secondary. More importantly, the reason is that Lucifer wants to get more killing points. If he wants to become stronger, he must go to sea. Only by going to sea can he find those powerful opponents. System, open the properties panel. Lucifer whispered softly, and a virtual screen appeared in front of him. Only he could see the screen. Host, Lucifer. Age, 23. Devil fruit, word spirit fruit. Physique, hell demon. Killing point, 3500. Lucifer's attribute panel is still it's very simple, and it's clear in a few words. Among the Black Snake pirates, Black Snake is the only one with some strength, and the other members are all just soldiers. So Lucifer only got 3500 killing points after killing all the members of the pirate group. With a bounty of 35 million Baileys and only 3500 killing points, a snake is too cheap. Lucifer shook his head and threw a bounty order into the sea. It was a photo of Snake the Black Snake. The bounty was 35 million Baileys. In the Grand Line, the bounty of 35 million Baileys was very low. Yes, there are many pirates like Black Snake. The bounty also proves that this guy really has no talent and is too weak. After all, he is also an animal-type fruit ability user, and the bounty is only 35 million. His performance is too bad. Besides him, there is no other bounty criminal in the entire pirate group. Not only is he weak, but his subordinates are even weaker. Such a guy also wants to be the pirate king. It can only be said that a poisonous snake dreams of swallowing an elephant. If you are too ambitious, you will be exhausted sooner or later. Open the system store. Lucifer gave the order, and the screen turned into a system store. The store is filled with countless items and abilities. For example, there are various physical objects, including various weapons, famous swords, guns, ships, and even devil fruits. There are also abilities, such as three-color haki, physical skills, and swordsmanship. Lucifer focused on the three-color haki. He has the word spirit fruit, and his abilities are heaven-defying. Coupled with the hell demon physique, his body is also extremely powerful. The only thing lacking is only domineering. Seeing and hearing domineering. Awakening, 1000 killing points, elementary, 5000 killing points, intermediate, 10,000 killing points, advanced, 50,000 killing points, peak, 200000 killing points. Armed domineering. Awakening, 1000 killing points, primary, 5000 killing points, intermediate, 10,000 killing points, advanced, 50,000 killing points, peak, 200,000 killing points. Overlord color domineering. Awakening, 1000 killing points, primary level, 5000 killing points, intermediate level, 10,000 killing points, advanced level, 50,000 killing points, and peak level, 200,000 killing points. The three colors of Haki Awakening only cost 1000 killing points, which is very cheap. But as you upgrade, the higher the level, the more expensive the price. If you want to upgrade them all to the peak level, the price exceeds 600,000 killing points. A bounty of 35 million Bailey Black Snake is only worth 3,500 killing points. The ratio of bounty to killing points is about 10,000, 1. In other words, if you kill a criminal with a bounty of 100 million, you can get 10,000 killing points. If you want to get 600,000 killing points, you must kill a criminal with a bounty of 6 billion. In the current ocean, Whitebeard's bounty is the highest. But it's far from 6 billion. Lucifer still has a long way to go if he wants to obtain such a large number of killing points. Great Voyage, Invincibility begins from the word spirit fruit. Author, drunk in March at Westlake. Chapter 5. There is a long way to go. On the bow of the pirate ship, Lucifer let out a sigh. System, purchase the armed color Haki in the awakening stage. Ding, the armed color domineering purchase was successful, 1000 killing points were deducted, and the remaining killing points were 2,500. The electronic sound ended, and a force poured into Lucifer's body, and eventually dispersed into his limbs and bones. This force came and went quickly. Lucifer could only sense it for a moment, and after it disappeared, he could no longer notice it. That's all. Don't you feel like there's any change? Lucifer tried to activate the power in his body, but his body didn't respond at all, as if the killing points were in vain. Lucifer could not freely control the armed Haki in the awakening stage, and it would only appear once or twice unconsciously. But from the attribute panel, we can know that Lucifer has indeed awakened armed Haki. Attribute panel. Host, Lucifer. Age, 23. Devil fruit, word spirit fruit. Physique, hell demon. Armed Haki, awakening. Killing points, 2,500. Killing points 2,500 left, but Lucifer did not buy any more Haki of knowledge or Haki of overlord. At the moment, the most useful thing to Lucifer is armed Haki. This is a necessary power to deal with those with natural abilities, and it is also a power that Lucifer must master. Otherwise, no matter how incredible the word spirit fruit is, it may not be useful to some people with natural abilities. It seems that my next stage is to hunt down those powerful targets. Lucifer has not thought about what he wants to do in the future in the long term. He has never thought about being a navy, nor a pirate. He just wants to hunt some powerful targets and get more killing points. At present, the change getting stronger is his only goal. As for the future, let's talk about it in the future. A few days later, the vast sea was calm and calm. The sun shines on the sea, lighting up the sparkling reflections. Several small fish jumped out of the water and splashed with water. A somewhat broken ship with bloodstains crushed the waves and sailed on the sea area. The hull is 50 or 60 meters long, and there is a flag fluttering in the wind on the thick mast. On the flag is a skull bleeding with blood, a bloody sword piercing the skull, and two crows flying on the left and right sides. This is the flag of the Blood Sword Pirates. The owner represented by this flag is named Catlan, nicknamed Blood Sword. He is a pirate with a bounty of 85 million Baileys. In the first half of the Grand Line, the Blood Sword Catlan was also a character and somewhat famous. On the pirate ship, the members of the Blood Sword Pirates were having a banquet. More than 200 pirates were divided into several piles, surrounding each other, laughing, drinking and eating meat. Ha 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 ha, Captain, we have done something big this time. Will the captain's bounty be increased again? That's right, the captain's bounty will exceed 100 million if the reward is increased. By then, the captain will be a supernova. There are only a few supernova pirates every year, and the captain must be the fastest to become a supernova this year. It's true, the captain is the strongest, and he will definitely become the pirate king in the future. A group of pirates were fawning over a man sitting in the main seat. He was wearing a blood-colored coat, more than 4 meters tall, and had a hideous scar lying on his face like a centipede. Beside his hand, leaning against a bloody long sword with dried blood still remaining on the blade. He is the Blood Sword Catlan, a man who takes pleasure in killing people. Yeah ha 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 ha, you are right, kids, I will definitely become the Pirate King. Follow me, and you will all be the crew of One Piece in the future. Cat Allah took a bottle of wine and drank heavily. He drank it all in one go and laughed arrogantly. At this moment, a pirate's voice sounded. He was an observer on the ship and was responsible for warning the surroundings during the banquet. Sea area conditions. Captain, we found a pirate ship ahead. Nanny? Did you see what flag it was? Catalan asked, putting down the bottle of wine. There seems to be a black snake painted on the flag, replied the observing pirate. Black snake? Is it the Black Snake Pirates? A sneer of disdain appeared on the corner of Catalan's mouth. Captain, I've heard about the Black Pirates. They are just a bunch of fish. Captain Snake's bounty seems to be only 35 million, said a pirate bastard. That's right. The Black Pirates are very weak and cannot compare to our blood sword pirates. Captain, do it, this is a fat sheep delivered to your door. Quack, quack, my broadsword is already thirsty. A group of pirates laughed ferociously, and each picked up their weapons and walked to the side of the ship. On the sea, the world of pirates is very cruel, and there is no reason to break out a fight. When two pirate groups meet on the sea, it is often life and death. The members of the blood sword pirates pride themselves on their strength. When they encounter the weak Black Snake pirates, they naturally want to kill people and seize the treasure. Okay, kids, get ready to fight. Cat Allah smashed the wine bottle in his hand, picked up the sword next to his hand and roared angrily. He walked to the bow of the ship, looked at the pirate ship a few nautical miles away, and gave the order, wait until the target enters the shooting range. Fire immediately. First let them have a salvo of 10,000 guns to give them a taste of our firepower. Got it, Captain. Many pirates were in position, launched a dozen cannons, and adjusted their direction to aim at the pirate ship in front. I really don't know how there are only a dozen cannons, how can they fire 10,000 cannons at once? At this moment, the man holding a telescope, the pirate, spoke again. Captain, something is wrong. No one was seen on the boat opposite, only a young pretty boy sitting on the bow. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Great Voyage, Invincibility begins from the word spirit fruit. Author, drunk in March at Westlake. Chapter 6. What did you say? Catalan grabbed the telescope and looked forward. Sure enough, as his men said, there was no one on the Black Snake pirate ship. There was only a young man sitting on the bow, drinking and enjoying the breeze. Could it be that the members of the Black Snake pirates are hiding in the cabin, trying to show weakness and deceive me? Then you caught me off guard. Bloodsword Catalan felt that he had noticed the truth, and instantly felt that he was extremely smart. Humph, you despicable guy, do you want to use this method to deal with me? Too shitty. I could see it right away. Cat Allah snorted coldly and immediately ordered. The opposite ship should fire as soon as it enters range. In his opinion, no matter what conspiracy the other side has, just fire. It is never wrong to seize the upper hand. On the other side, on the bow of the Black Snake pirates, Lucifer was holding a glass of red wine in his hand, shaking it gently. Let the pirate ship slowly enter the opponent's range. When the opponent discovered Lucifer, Lucifer had already discovered them. The Bloodsword pirates, Captain Bloodsword Catalan, has a bounty of 85 million Baileys. Vice Captain Modius, swordsman, bounty of 50 million Belly. Cotter Pratt, sniper, bounty of 35 million Baileys. Compared with the Black Snake pirates, the Bloodsword pirates are indeed much stronger. Lucifer looked through the stack of bounty orders in his hand and found the bounty criminals of the Bloodsword pirates. There were 3 bounty criminals in this pirate group, and the total bounty was 170 million. They were destroyed. This pirate group definitely gained a lot. At this moment, the other side opened fire. Boom. 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 More than a dozen shells flew towards Lucifer, and in the blink of an eye they had reached Lucifer's head. Why are you in such a hurry? Go back. Lucifer raised his head and hooked his fingers. All the incoming cannonballs stopped in the air, and then reflected back. The speed was several times faster than when they were fired. A series of artillery bombardments, and a large gap was directly blown out of the bow of the opposite ship. Damn it, this guy is actually a devil fruit user. The blood sword Cat Allah was furious. He jumped into the air and slashed with his sword. A half-moon-shaped slash shot out of the air, tearing the air and flying towards Lucifer. He's actually a swordsman. Lucifer was a little surprised. Being able to use the flying slash proves that Cat Allah has reached the level of cutting iron and is a swordsman. In the first half of the Grand Line, swordsmen are rare and strong. No wonder the bounty can reach 8,510,000. However, even a swordsman is nothing to Lucifer. Dissipate. The plain voice fell, and the flying slashes disappeared out of thin air, leaving only a wisp of breeze. Lightsaber. Before Cat Allah could react, Lucifer had already executed his killing move. With a command, a flash of light appeared out of thin air in Lucifer's palm, and the flash condensed into a long sword. Phew! The flashing sword shot out and hit the blood sword instantly. The ship of the pirate group. There was a loud bang, and the flashing sword exploded, forming a huge fireball that engulfed the pirate ship. Before the blood sword Catlan could react, his whole person was engulfed by the explosive fireball. His face he was ferocious and twisted, with his mouth wide open, his eyes full of fear, and his whole body turned into ashes. Also dead with Cat Allah were more than 200 of his pirate subordinates. Under Lucifer's fatal move, the blood sword, all the members of the pirate group were killed at the same moment, and no one was left alive. More powerful than I imagined. Lucifer looked at the huge hollow in the sea in front of him and nodded secretly. It was blown out by the lightsaber. The high temperature at the edge evaporated the sea water and produced a large amount of water vapor. The endless sea water poured in, and the hollow could not be filled in a short time. Lucifer used the word spirit fruit to display his flash power, and the power was comparable to Kizaru's shining fruit. With the power of the word spirit fruit, Lucifer could not only use Kizaru's ability, but also the power of Akainu and Aokiji. It can be used. And with Lucifer's development of the word spirit fruit, the power of his moves can be even higher. Ding, the host kills Katla and gets 8,500 killing points. Ding, the host kills Modius and gets 5,000 killing points. Ding, the host kills Pratt and gets 3,500 killing points. The electronic sound of the system sounded. Lucifer obtained 17,000 killing points at once, and the total number of killing points came to 19,500. If I can kill dozens more of these pirate groups, I will soon be able to accumulate 600,000 killing points. Lucifer was in a good mood and opened the system store at the same time. System, purchase primary and intermediate armed color domineering. Ding, the armed color domineering purchase was successful, 15,000 killing points were deducted, and the remaining killing points were 4,500. The electronic sound of the system fell, and a force poured into Lucifer's body. This force was very powerful, flowing throughout Lucifer's body, and was eventually absorbed by the body and integrated into one body. In an instant, Lucifer's armed color haki was directly upgraded to the intermediate level. Is this armed color domineering? Really good. Lucifer raised his hand and clenched his fist, mobilizing that power. He saw that his fist was slowly covered by a layer of black substance, and the whole fist was pitch black, shining with metallic luster. At this moment, Lucifer's fist did not look like flesh and blood, but more, like a steel fist. This is armed color hardening. Armed color domineering, like invisible armor, can not only improve defense, but also evolve into attack power. Attack and defense are integrated, and it is the nemesis of those with natural abilities. Intermediate armed color in terms of domineering, Lucifer can only partially cover and harden it, and cannot yet cover and harden the entire body. But at any rate, he has mastered this power and can attack the entities of natural ability users. Attribute panel. Host, Lucifer. Age, 23. Devil fruit, word spirit fruit. Physique, hell demon. Armed color haki, intermediate. Killing points, 4,500. Great Voyage, Invincibility begins from the word spirit fruit. Author, drunk in March at Westlake. Chapter 7. The killing points are still not enough. Lucifer sighed as he looked at the remaining 4,500 killing points. It originally exceeded 5 digits, but after one purchase, it immediately returned to 4 digits. Armed Haki has been upgraded to the intermediate level, and it's time to awaken the other two types of Haki. Lucifer gave instructions in his heart. System, purchase the Awakening Stage Wisdom Color Haki and Overlord Color Haki. Ding, if the purchase of Observation Color Haki and Overlord Color Haki is successful, 2,000 killing points will be deducted, leaving 2,500 killing points. The familiar power appears, and then disappears quickly. Like the previous awakening of Armed Haki, Lucifer still cannot use the other two Haki freely this time. The power of Haki in the awakening stage will only be triggered unconsciously. It depends. The host's emotions. When emotions are aroused and the mentality explodes, this power will be triggered by body protection. Attribute panel. Host, Lucifer. Age, 23. Devil fruit, word spirit fruit. Physique, hell demon. Armed color Haki, intermediate. Knowledge color Haki, awakening. Overlord color Haki, awakening. Killing points, 2,500. Okay, now that one pirate group has been destroyed, it's time to find the next target. Shutting down the system, Lucifer took out a stack of bounty orders and threw 3 of them into the sea. At the same time, he searched for the pirates he was interested in on the bounty orders. The pirate ship was uncontrolled and drifted in the wind, and finally disappeared slowly in the sea. On sea level. Falu Island, located in the first half of the Great Line, is an island with 3 no islands. The so-called 3 no island means no country, no navy, and no law. On this island, countless criminals gather. Pirates, gangsters, robbers, human traffickers, bounty hunters. You can find everyone except good people on the island. And islands like this are Lucifer's best hunting grounds. After 10 days of sailing, Lucifer arrived at Falu Island. The pirate ship docked at the port, attracting many eyes. After all, in such a big pirate ship, only one young man got off the ship. It was strange no matter how you looked at it. Of course, most of these looks have bad intentions. Isn't this the ship of the Black Snake pirates? That's right, it belongs to Black Snake. Why is there only one kid coming down? Where are the people on the boat? Are they all dead? No way. Can this kid kill the Black Snake? Some people looked at the young Lucifer and shook their heads secretly. Lucifer had no weapons, was not tall, and looked very young and handsome. Such a guy looks like a pretty boy no matter how you look at it, and he doesn't look like a strong man at all. It would be interesting if there was only one imp. Some ill-intentioned glances gradually turned into vicious ones. Lucifer walked into the port and saw countless pairs of vicious glances around him. These people had no intention of hiding their malice. Kid, this is not the place for a pretty boy like you. A 3-meter-tall strong man came to Lucifer with a group of fierce-looking people. If you... Gravity crushes. Lucifer ignored the strong man's words and just whispered 4 words. As soon as he finished speaking, the bodies of the strong man and his group exploded, turning into countless flesh and blood flying everywhere. The passers-by standing nearby had no time to dodge and were directly hit. His face was splashed with blood. When he reacted, his legs were so frightened that he collapsed to the ground. The people around him were stunned. When they looked at Lucifer, they no longer dared to show any malice, only fear and fear. Just now Lucifer was not seen taking action at all, but the strong man and his group died without any warning. Such power was not something they could resist. At that moment, the onlookers stayed away from Lucifer. In their eyes, Western France is already an existence that cannot be provoked. Ding, the host kills Yuki Kyle, obtains 500 killing points and has 3,000 remaining killing points. Of the people who died, only the leading strong man had some strength and was worth 500 kill points, which is almost equivalent to a pirate offering a bounty of 5 million Baileys. As for the others, they were a bunch of worthless fish. It seems that if you want to find a powerful target, you must go deep into the center of the town. Lucifer showed a faint smile and walked towards the center of the town. The onlookers were even more frightened when they saw Lucifer still smiling after killing everyone. Lucifer entered the town, and the streets were lined with various shops and stalls. But those who do business here are not ordinary people. The owners of these shops and stalls are all big men with fierce faces. Some of them are not wearing clothes, showing the scars crisscrossing their bodies. They were always armed with swords and pistols while discussing business. It has become normal to stab someone with a knife or shoot someone if they disagree. Lucifer saw a fruit stall owner shoot a customer in the head because he couldn't agree on the price, and then plundered all the money from him. As for the body, it was casually thrown into the alley next to it. Small alleys like this are the best places to kill people and dump their bodies. Lucifer saw many corpses in it. What kind of fruit can you sell if you have this ability? Wouldn't it be easier to kill people and steal wealth? Lucifer seriously suspected that these stall owners were doing side business, and robbing customers was their main business. Not long after, Lucifer came to a tavern. He opened the door and entered, and it was very noisy inside. A group of big men are drinking and eating meat, but they all have weapons on their bodies and hands. It's great to read books on May Day. Recharge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Grab a deposit now. Event time, April 29th to May 3rd. Great Voyage, Invincibility begins from the word spirit fruit. Author, Drunk in March at Westlake. Chapter 8. Seeing Lucifer come in, dozens of pairs of eyes in the tavern quickly glanced at Lucifer. Some people put their hands on their weapons without leaving any trace, ready to kill at any time. Falu Island is very dangerous, the island is very cruel, the jungle is strong and the jungle is strong. Anyone who can survive here has two skills and is very vigilant. Whether eating or sleeping, weapons are usually never left behind. But Lucifer was very young, and his pretty face was very confusing, so people in the tavern stopped paying attention after a quick glance. Lucifer walked to the bar and found a seat to sit down. The boss immediately came over and asked, "Guest, what do you want to eat?" "A bottle of rum and some barbecue." Lucifer pushed a wad of money in front of the boss. "Guests, please wait a moment, the food and wine will come soon." When the boss saw the money, his face became more beautiful and he showed a smile. But he was too ugly and had many scars on his face. One of the scars cut his lip, so his smile was very ferocious. This boss was not an ordinary person at first glance. The clothes are held up by muscles, bulging, and with the scars on his face, it is very likely that he is a retired pirate. After washing their hands in the Golden Basin, many pirates will live hidden in such a small town. Here there will be no navy to arrest them, and they have some strength to protect themselves. In less than 2 minutes, rum and barbecue were delivered to Lucifer. Lucifer poured a glass of wine, drank it, and cut a piece of barbecue to eat down. The lips and teeth are fragrant. "Boss, your workmanship is pretty good." Lucifer smiled and said. The guest was rewarded. The boss responded while wiping the wine glass. After finishing the barbecue, Lucifer shook the wine glass gently and suddenly asked, "Boss, who is the strongest person in this town?" As soon as he finished speaking, the noisy tavern instantly became quiet. Hundreds of pairs of eyes looked at Lucifer at the same time, and some people's eyes widened, as if their eyes were about to pop out. "Brother, Why are you asking this? The boss asked with his mouth twitching. It's nothing, I'm just a little curious. If possible, I'd like to challenge him. I want to beat him to death, or be beaten to death by him. Lucifer smiled slightly. As soon as he finished speaking, a loud noise suddenly came from behind. A table was overturned, and 5 or 6 big men stood up instantly and came behind Lucifer. Hey, kid, what do you mean by what you just said? Too arrogant. Kid, are you looking for death? A man held a pistol and put it to Lucifer's temple. Kid, sometimes if you say the wrong thing, you will lose your life. Lucifer's expression remained unchanged and he still maintained a flat smile. He ignored the pistol on his temple and asked calmly, are you related to the person I'm looking for? Ah, that's right, kid. The man with the gun growled. In this town, the strongest one is undoubtedly our captain, Mr. Reynolds. A kid like you can be crushed to death by our captain with just a few fingers. Yeah? That's a coincidence. I'm missing someone to lead the way. The corners of Lucifer's mouth curled up, and these 2 low words blurted out. Flying sword. Whoosh. 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 Several rays of sword light suddenly lit up, bringing with them large swaths of blood. Hundreds of people in the tavern were stunned by this sudden scene. They thought that Lucifer, the brat, would be beaten in the next second. Exploding the head, I didn't expect him to pretend to be a pig and eat the tiger. On the surface, he was a pretty boy, but in fact he was terrifyingly strong. When everyone came to their senses, they found that the 6 men surrounding Lucifer had fallen into a pool of blood. 5 of them were stabbed by flying swords. His heart was pierced, and he could no longer die. Only the man who held the gun before was still alive, but his right hand holding the gun had been cut off. He was half kneeling on the ground, with a ferocious expression, and screamed in agony. Lucifer putting down the wine glass, he turned to look at the man at his feet and asked calmly, can you take me to your captain? Mix, bastard, do you know who I am? I am a member of the Angry Leopard Pirates. The pirate raised his head and gritted his teeth. Do you know how strong my captain is? If you dare to hurt me, Captain Reynolds won't let you go. You are dead. There will be no place for you in the entire sea. Even if you escape to the ends of the earth, you will still be dead. Boom. The man's head suddenly exploded, and red and white things flew everywhere, scattering all over the ground. The customers around the bar were unfortunately splattered with blood. But they didn't dare to move or even wipe the blood off their bodies. Because Lucifer, the evil star, was still there, they were afraid that if they moved, Lucifer would misunderstand him and take action against him, and follow in the footsteps of those pirates. There is too much nonsense, I will let you lead the way, why are you talking so much? Lucifer shook his head and took back his palm. He really didn't want to listen to this pirate making a noise anymore. It made his head hurt. Everyone, can any of you take me to the location of the furious leopard pirates? Lucifer stood up and looked around the tavern and asked. After killing several people, Lucifer still kept a smile on his face. He was very handsome and a gentleman. It is hard to imagine that such a young man with a smile just breathed out killed 6 pirates. One of them even had his head blown off, leaving no body intact. His ruthless methods were completely different from his handsome appearance. Perhaps because he was transformed into a hell demon, Lucifer was used to this. Life is without any disturbance in my heart. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Great Voyage, Invincibility begins from the word spirit fruit. Author, Drunk in March at Westlake. Chapter 9. The furious leopard pirates are stationed in a building in the center of the town, and you can find them there. In the corner of the tavern, a man said tremblingly. Really, thank you very much. Lucifer got the news he wanted and left the tavern. Seeing Lucifer's back disappear, the hundreds of people in the tavern finally breathed a sigh of relief. A dozen pirates sat on the ground, soaked with sweat. Looking exhausted, gasping for air. Lucifer put too much pressure on them. When Lucifer's gaze swept over them, everyone felt cold all over, as if their throats were being strangled, and they would die at any time. Who is this young man? Have you never heard of this person before? I don't know, but his strength must be unfathomable. This guy is a monster, on the same level as those monsters in the sea. He said he was going to find Reynolds the Raging Leopard, but he didn't know who would win and who would lose. Do you want to go and take a look? The next battle will definitely be exciting. Okay, let's go together. It's human nature to join in the fun, and it's even more natural for pirates to watch the fun without taking it too seriously. Almost half of the people in the tavern chased him out and quietly followed Lucifer to the center of the town. They all want to know if Lucifer can defeat the Raging Leopard Reynolds. The tavern owner didn't join in the fun, he just tore off a reward notice on the wall behind him. The reward order showed a photo of a fierce man, with a reward of up to 230 million Baileys, and it turned out to be Reynolds the Furious Leopard. In the first half of the Grand Line, such bounty amounts were already very high, and they could almost be regarded as overlords. But the tavern owner's intention was clear. Reynolds, the Furious Leopard, would lose this battle. Reynolds, who loses, will undoubtedly die. For a person who is about to die, there is no point in posting a reward order here. The town is not big, and Lucifer quickly arrived at the center of the town. Outside a 3-story building, 20 or 30 pirates were sitting together for a banquet. Although they were smiling, their faces were fierce. Some were drinking, some were eating meat, and some were wiping their swords. On the left and right sides of the gate, there were more than a dozen pirate corpses hanging upside down. Under the exposure of the sun, it has become a mummy. No one passing by dared to approach the building because it was the headquarters of the Furious Leopard pirates. There are many villains on Fail Island, but the strongest ones are undoubtedly the Furious Leopard pirates. Anyone who dares to offend them will soon become one of the mummies. Seeing Lucifer approaching, a pirate jumped out immediately. Hey, kid, this is not the place you should be. Before he finished speaking, a long sword had pierced the pirate's throat. When the pirate's body fell, dozens of long swords fell from the sky. Puff! 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 Flowers of blood bloomed, and pirates died one by one. In just an instant, the dozens of pirates guarding the gate were all dead. Enemy attack! Enemy attack! Someone come quickly! A pirate who survived was so frightened that his liver and gallbladder split. While roaring, he rolled and crawled into the building. A few hundred meters outside the building, there were many criminals hiding in the dark and watching. They saw the Rhodes started without saying a word, killing dozens of people, and his legs were so frightened that they became weak. Inside the building, Raging Leopard Reynolds was having a banquet with his men. He was sitting on the main seat, holding 2 beauties with gorgeous figures in his arms on the left and right. One beautiful woman fed him barbecue, and another beautiful woman fed him wine. They enjoyed it very much. Coupled with the flattery of hundreds of pirates under his command, the life of Raging Leopard Reynolds is comparable to paradise. Unfortunately, the sudden scream disturbed his good mood. Captain Reynolds, there's an enemy intruder. A pirate rushed into the banquet hall and screamed miserably. Nanny? Who dares to trespass on my territory? Don't you want to live? Reynolds was immediately furious, swung his big hand, and pushed the 2 beauties in his arms aside. He picked up the pirate's collar and said angrily, "Who is coming? How many people are there? What about the people responsible for guarding?" "Dead, they are all dead." The pirate yelled with a cry. "That man is a monster. Are you saying there is only one enemy? Are you kidding me? Reynolds' first reaction was that he didn't believe it. How much do you look down on him if a person dares to break into his base camp? However, before he could ask again, two figures suddenly crashed into the banquet hall from outside. A group of pirates unable to dodge, he was knocked upside down. Reynolds took a closer look and saw that they were two corpses. The corpses were twisted out of shape, but they were obviously his pirates. Boom! 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 At this moment, footsteps sounded. All the pirates in the banquet hall showed ferocious looks, hundreds of pairs of eyes staring at the entrance. All the pirates were ready to attack, and when the enemy appeared, they would step forward and hack them to death. Here but in their lair of the angry leopard pirates, there are hundreds of them, how can they be afraid of one person? Finally, Lucifer appeared in the eyes of many pirates. Yo, is it really lively here? Lucifer looked around the banquet hall and smiled faintly. Were you the one who killed my man? Kid. Reynolds threw away the pirate in his hand and roared fiercely. It's me. Then go die. Kill him. Reynolds gave the order, and hundreds of pirates in the banquet hall took action at the same time. Several combatants were the closest, holding swords and slashing at Lucifer. Faced with hundreds of people surrounding him, Lucifer's expression did not change, but raise your palm and lower it gently. Blade Storm. Great Voyage, Invincibility begins from the word spirit fruit. Author, Drunk in March at Westlake. Chapter 10. Blade Storm. As soon as the words fell, the space behind opened up, and countless flying swords and long knives flew out, sweeping away the hundreds of pirates who rushed up like a storm. These pirates were just a group of miscellaneous fish, without mastering the domineering force of weapons. Their physical strength was not strong enough to withstand the sword. Swept by the storm of blades, they were immediately stabbed into hedgehogs or cut into pieces. In just one impact, 99% of hundreds of pirates died. A few pirates were lucky. He's not dead, but his arms and legs have been cut off and he's become a cripple. Ding, the host kills the soldiers and gets 500 killing points. Ding, the host kills the soldiers and gets 600 killing points. Ding, the host kills the soldiers and gets 300 killing points. The name is abandoned, I don't want to take the name of the miscellaneous pirates anymore. The system's beeps sounded one after another, and Lucifer gained a large number of killing points. Some of the members of the furious leopard pirates were quite capable, and they all added hundreds of kill points to Lucifer. After killing hundreds of miscellaneous fish pirates, Lucifer gained a total of 7,000 kill points, which is almost equivalent to a pirate with a bounty of 70 million Baileys, and almost 2 black snakes. Not bad. Lucifer smiled faintly. But in Reynolds' eyes, this smile was a naked provocation. Damn you kid, how dare you look down on me? I'll kill you. Reynolds roared, and his size quickly grew. As black hair grew all over his body, his head turned into a leopard's head, with 2 sharp fangs. In the blink of an eye, Reynolds turned into a humanoid black man with a height of more than 5 meters. Leopard. Reynolds is a black panther who ate the cat fruit and took the form of a black panther. This is also where the name of his pirate group comes from. Go to hell, kid. Reynolds appeared in front of Lucifer as if teleporting, and his huge claws tore at Lucifer's neck. With Reynolds' strength, coupled with the ability of the Black Panther fruit, his claws can easily tear through steel. Gravity crushes. Lucifer did not dodge. After saying one sentence, an unparalleled gravity suddenly appeared and pressed on Reynolds. There was a loud bang, the ground trembled under his feet, and Reynolds was directly pressed to the ground. He vomited blood. 2 fangs broke instantly, and countless bones in the body were broken. Reynolds lay on the ground unable to move, and felt like a mountain was pressing on his back. And as Lucifer increased the gravity, the weight of the mountain became more and more the heavier. Ah! Reynolds screamed, his body split open, blood spurted out, and he instantly turned into a bloody man. Why? Why do you do this? We have not offended you at all, why are you causing trouble for us? Reynolds' eyes were dim and he would lose consciousness at any time, but before losing consciousness, he wanted to know the reason why Lucifer took action against them. Why is there so much in the world of pirates? It just happens that you are here. Lucifer sneered. Is this your first day as a pirate? You actually ask such a ridiculous question. Since you become a pirate, you should be prepared to die at any time, otherwise, what kind of pirate is it? Lucifer pressed down with his fingers, increasing gravity again. The ground collapsed directly, forming a bottomless pit. Reynolds' internal organs were crushed by the gravity, and he died on the spot. His body also fell into the bottomless pit. Ding, the host kills Reynolds and gets 20,000 killing points. The system's prompt sounded, and Lucifer's killing points increased by 20,000. Is it only 20,000 this time? It seems that Reynolds' strength is not worthy of his bounty. Lucifer knew that the killing points he gained by beheading the enemy were not determined by the bounty, but by his strength. Although Reynolds' bounty was as high as 230 million Baileys, his strength did not reach that level. At this level, there are only 20,000 killing points. Seeing Reynolds being killed, the remaining pirates of the Angry Leopard Pirates were frightened. They never thought that their captain would be killed so easily. But after regaining consciousness, they immediately knelt before Lucifer and begged for mercy. Big, sir, please spare our lives. We are willing to be your subordinates and your dogs. Yes, we can come in handy. More than a dozen pirates kowtowed to Lucifer, their voices trembling and crying. Subordinates. I don't need such weak subordinates as you. Lucifer shook his head. Moreover, you are so insincere in kowtowing and begging for mercy. Your skin has not even been broken. It would be best to die here. Gravity crushes. As soon as the words fell, the familiar gravity appeared again. Bang. 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 The bodies of more than a dozen pirates exploded one after another, and their flesh and blood flew everywhere. In the huge banquet hall, corpses were everywhere as far as the eye could see. The walls and ceiling were also covered with minced meat. The previously noisy banquet hall had now become a purgatory on earth. On the other hand, Lucifer had not even a drop of blood on his body and was still as clean and tidy as new. And from beginning to end, Lucifer didn't move a step, he just said a few words and wiped out the furious leopard pirates. After today's battle, Lucifer better understood the horror of the word spirit fruit, and he was the strongest at speaking. A gentleman never uses his words. Take action, I'm talking about Lucifer. It seems that from now on, I will go further and further on the road of being a gentleman. Lucifer smiled faintly. It's time to give my idea a try. All things are led by heaven. Lucifer raised his hand and grabbed it, and strong gravity exploded in his palm, sucking Reynolds' body up from the bottom of the pit. At the same time, a piece of fruit appeared in Lucifer's left hand.